Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be doing a video on how to install a cabinet drawer handle properly, and I'll be using one of the Greg jig. So I'll be using a Greg jig. Now this jig has here, these are T-screws, and they hold the edge guide in place. And if you look carefully, you can see that it has numbers in inches here, 1 to 5, and on the interior here it has measurement in milliliters. So on the inside here, there are measurements in milliliters. So here we have, this is the back of the jig, and here we have the holes, the guide for the drill bit. Here we have 2 of them, and if you look carefully, you'll also see that it is numbered 1 to 5. Well, 2.5 to 5. You have different size jig, but this one goes up to 5 inches. So this is the center mark, and you want to put, depending on the size of the handle that you're using, then you want to put your drill guides accordingly. So here I'm using a 5-inch handle, so I have mine set at 5 here and 5 there. So to use it properly, I have my jig set at number 3 on the back. So the arrow, that arrow there points to number 3. But that doesn't mean that it is 3 inches to the hole, because the distance from the bottom here up to that hole is 1.5 inches. So that's 1.5 inches off the 3 inches. So really what I have is 1.5 inches between these 2 points, between the guide and the drill hole. This guide is what is going to stop the jig as you rest it against your drawer, like that. And this little section here is where you're going to mark your center line. So you're going to put your pen or whatever you're using in here and mark your center line, and that will be the center of where your handle will go. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to be using my tape and measuring across 13.5, and I want the half of that, which would be 6 3/4. And then put a small mark there that marks the center. Then I'm going to put my jig here, and I'm going to line the center of the jig with the center of my mark. And this, you want to clamp it down because you don't want it moving on you as you drill your hole. I don't have any smaller clamps, so I'm just using this. So I'm going to have to be very gentle because I do not want to crush the jig. So there I have it. Now I'm going to install my bit, which is a 3/16 bit, and then I'm just going to drill in the hole here. There we have it. Just clean it up a bit. Now here is something to note. A lot of times you'll hear people say that a jig is not really accurate, but that depends on how you actually install the handle. For example, I'll just get the screws in. If you put your handle on and you put it on all the way, one side, all the way, the chances of getting it accurate for both holes will be smaller. So you just want to screw it in partially where the handle is not tight and the screw is loose, so you can actually have a little play on your handle. That is how you install it to get it in accurately. So remember, you cannot tighten the screw on one end and then try to get the other end in. It will not work. You have to just enough to get the handle holding in place, and then it will have a little bit of play, and then you do the other side. After doing that, then you can tighten it. If you're using a drill, you need to be careful. Just snug. You don't want to over tighten. So as soon as you feel the jig tightening up, you need to stop, because you don't want to wreck the threading on your handle. And there we have it, all done. Okay, so that's the proper way to install your door handle. Okay, thank you for watching. Have yourself a great afternoon.